With March primaries quickly approaching in Illinois and Indiana's primaries to follow in May, it means that election security is a topic of conversation for many voters. Nicole Christine joins us now with an in-depth look at how election interference can take many forms and have many repercussions.
That's right, Mike. The issue of election security is often connected to a fear of hacked machines and inaccurate vote counts. But I learned it's not the machines that are most vulnerable to interference, it's the voters themselves.
The votes on election day themselves are relatively safe.
Have you ever wondered how secure your vote is? According to a recent AP poll, 50% of Americans said they're extremely concerned about voting systems being hacked, something cybersecurity experts say has been an easy feat at hacking conferences.
Last year we had an 11-year-old be able to access one of the voting machines and change the vote in less than 10 minutes.
Some of the concern for machine hacking comes from the concept of modems going online and being susceptible to interference through internet access.
Independent cybersecurity researchers found that there was at least 35 voting systems in the short time that they looked that were connected online and thus gave them access to the vote.
Here in Indiana, I know a lot of the voting machines are actually handled by Secretary of State's office and the county clerks. From what we know of here in our office, it's primarily the machines can connect to the internet, but they typically don't.
In October 2019, Secretary of State Connie Lawson and several state election commission members became defendants in a federal lawsuit seeking changes in the use of direct recording electronic voting machines, or DREs, which the plaintiffs claim provide no voter verifiable paper trail and are insecure, citing concerns from the U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. State data shows 6 Indiana counties here in the Wabash Valley use only DREs, but FBI agent Michael Alford says the odds of hacking are low.
Most of the attacks that we're at least aware of, based on security researchers, you have to have physical proximity or access to the device. So there's a very minimal chance of somebody being able to hack in and actually modify votes.
William Mackey agrees machines aren't the biggest concern in election security.
So people are much more vulnerable than the machines in an election.
The issue of misinformation and voters falling prey to it isn't new.
The information environment has always been corrupted by interested parties. Before the internet, we would have pamphlets and people on the side of the curve handing out information that may not be the most accurate.
But with the rise of technology, the internet has taken hacking to the next level.
There's an opportunity for them to target these entities, right? Facebook and Twitter, so they can create these accounts and they can disseminate information, and it's the wild, wild west, right? The rules don't apply.
And when rules are cast aside in a process like an election, disarray can set in quickly.
If you can get enough people on either side of the aisle to question the legitimacy of the vote, then no matter who wins, there's going to be some sort of chaos.
Election crimes are taken seriously by law enforcement agents.
There are severe penalties, penalties that would carry potential federal prison time for attempting to hack a voter registration site, to deny services, and even to stuff ballot boxes or illegally register voters.
But once the interference happens,
it can have an effect, and that effect is a little bit more distrust in the election process, and that's dangerous.
Well, during that story, those of you with our WTWO app should have received a notification to your phone, which will send you to our website. Once there, you'll find several web-exclusive elements about this story. Nicole also spoke with local county officials working to keep elections as transparent and seamless as possible. We'll share that story with you tomorrow night.